What's going on, everyone? My name is Size, and today I'm showing you my build I like to call SkyBlade. This build revolves around using the Zimmerman and laser lens to apply stagger and high pressure combos, while letting our coral missile launcher to slowly track in, create all those homing missiles to do an absolute insane amount of damage. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the gear. For our right arm weapon, we are using the Zimmerman. Now, the Zimmerman has fantastic impact as well as fantastic attack power, and we're mainly using this just to apply stagger on the enemy. Now, I've tried using different weapons such as the needle gun, the handguns. I tried even using the stun gun, but since we are really only have one weapon here and the other one is our melee, and then we have our back coral missile launchers, we basically want to run something that has high stagger and that can reload quickly, and we can just keep that pressure up. So, in my opinion, with my testing, the best thing that I've found with it is the Zimmerman. Yes, it's meta, but it goes really well with this build. It feels nice with it, and in my opinion, you really can't get anything better. Or close to as the Zimmerman for this build. For our left arm weapon, we're using the laser lance. Now, the laser lance has great attack power and impact, and the main reason you're using this is because it tracks fantastically, it staggers the enemy really easily, and it overall does pretty good damage. Now, like I said, the whole point of the build is to basically go in, shoot our Zimmerman to apply stagger on the enemy, get that stagger bar up, and then combo it into our laser lens to apply that stagger, all while our coral missiles are coming in, creating all those homing projectiles and hitting the enemy really hard, and basically one comboing them to death. Our right back and left back shoulder weapons are running the coral missile launchers. Now, these missile launchers have okay attack and impact power, but they really shine once you full charge them. Once you fully charge these things will create little small homing missiles off the main projectile that will slowly track to the enemy. Now, the whole point of this build, like I said, is to use these things to apply most of our damage. We're going to go in, fire these things off first, and go into our laser lance Zimmerman combo to stagger the enemy. Since these things have a slower tracking time and a slower projectile speed, we have very fantastic pressure combos with these things because we're allowed to go in with our main combo, hit the enemy while these things are slowly coming in, and even if we don't stagger the enemy, as long as we slow down the enemy, these things will come in and just basically obliterate them. For our head, we're running the HOW 826. Now, the HOW has fantastic AP as well as defenses, and I was told the attitude stability does nothing right now and is bugged, but regardless, we do have great attitude stability and system recovery with this headpiece. Now, you could run the ephemera, mind beta, or a different type of head to drop some weight off the build to make it quicker and more agile, but if you did do that, you will be losing, in my opinion, some AP, some defenses, and the build is quick enough where I don't think it's warranted to drop some AP off and some defenses off just to make the build a little lighter. For our core, running the albacore. Now, the albacore doesn't have an insane amount of AP or defenses, but it does have good booster efficiency and generator supply. Now, you might look and say, whoa, energy recharge delay is 3.8 seconds, that's insane. Well, we're running a coral booster, so pretty much energy recharge delay you don't need to worry about, and we'll get more into that once we touch on our booster. Now, you do have to make sure our total load is below our load limit, so that's why we can't run a core such as the HOW core. Now, also, you do want to try to keep our EN recharge delay down to a minimal. It doesn't really matter too much since we're running our coral booster, but at the same time, we do want to have that down to a reasonable amount of time. So we do want to run something like the ephemera. In my opinion, that 4.1 seconds is just way too big of a EN recharge delay, and it does not feel nice to play with. Now, for our arms, we're running the Basho arms. We do want to get max melee specialization since we are running a laser lance. Even if we're not really main comboing into the laser lance, it's still always good to have our laser lance do maximum damage, and the Basho arms allows us to achieve that. For our legs, running the VP 422. These legs have good AP as well as defenses, which gives us the load limit that we need and the attitude stability. Now, you could run the HOW 826 legs. They are better in every stat, but I did swap back to the VP leg just because they give our quick boost reload time and quick boost speed and boost speed up a little bit more, and I wanted to keep our total weight down to try to get it to minimal as possible, around that 70k mark, because our ideal weight for our booster is around 69k. Now, for our booster, running the gills. The reason I'm running the gills is because we want to get our quick boost reload time down to the lowest amount possible. Now, gills allows us to achieve that. It also has good quick boost energy consumption as well as thrust, so it allows us to really dash in and kind of get in their face and keep dashing on their attacks really well. You could run other boosters, but if you do, your quick boost reload time is going to go kind of through the roof, and we don't want that for this build. We want to have it low as possible. So, in my opinion, the gills is the best for this build. For our FCS, running the P10 SLT. The reason why we're running this FCS is because it maximizes our missile lock correction stat, meaning that our missiles are going to have the minimal amount of time to lock onto an enemy. Now, since our missiles are our main way of dealing damage with this build, we want to maximize our missile lock correction stat, and the P10 SLT allows us to achieve that. Now, I think I was getting confused throughout this build and calling our coral booster when I meant our coral generator, and the generator running for this build is the IBC03G. Now, the cool thing about this generator is when our energy bar depletes, after that 3.8 seconds, it'll recharge and it'll give us about 80 to 90% of our energy bar back. I tried running different boosters. For example, I tried running the VP20C, the VP20D, because it does have a lot better energy recharge delay, but it still is about the same time to get our energy back to full. So in my opinion, in the heat up battle, when you're dashing and you're charging your generators, not your generators, but your coral missile launchers, the coral generator is going to be the best for PvP and for PvE when you're just in an enemy's face trying to dash constantly. And you don't have to worry about managing your energy bar, not fully depleting it, and it's just a lot better, in my opinion, a lot nicer, just to run the coral generator and not have to worry about none of that. Our expansion running the assault armor, as with all my builds, you can run whatever you want here, it doesn't matter, but in my opinion the assault armor creates the best offensive and defensive play capabilities in PvE and PvP. Now for your OS tuning, you want to go for direct hit damage, melee damage, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that the coral missile launchers get a benefit from all categories. And I don't know if I was just getting completely lied to or not, but if that's the case, you want to try to max out all your damage types to get our coral missile launchers up to the most damage that they can do. Up first for our boss showcase, we have Cell 240. Now I'm going to start in second phase just because first phase is really kind of a pushover. Now we're just basically going to dodge his lasers, charge up our coral missile launchers here, and kind of wait for the right time to shoot him off, and then go play close range trying to hit a stagger. I'm just going to dodge, like I said, his lasers. We're going to dodge his moves here. We're going to shoot our Zimmerman, try to get a little bit of stagger on him now. We're going to wait, not shoot our missiles yet because they're not going to track correctly if we do. We're going to shoot our missiles now into our laser launch charge if we hit them, into Zimmerman to get that stagger, and then just let all of our missiles come in for that big damage. We almost basically one combo him there. We do about, I would say, 90% of his health there in one combo. We're just going to kind of reset, charge our missiles back up. And we're going to hit assault armor here to get rid of his projectiles and try to stagger him. We missed the laser launch charge, shot our missiles, they didn't track. We're basically going to back out, hit him with the Zimmerman into an assault kick, and then just finish him up with our laser charge to kill him. Here we have Baltius. Now we're going to go in, shoot a Zimmerman into an assault kick to assault armor, and then hit another Zimmerman to stagger. We're going to backdash to allow our coral missiles to create all their mini projectiles, hit a laser launch charge to stagger the enemy again. I'm kind of like reset him, and as you can see, he already has 50% of his HP lost with one combo. Since we did so much damage, the AI is not going to recognize to go into phase 2, so we get a little bit more DPS off. And he's only about 20% HP left before he hits phase 2. I'm just going to dash under his melee attacks, hit another laser launch charge to get that shield off a bit, into our coral missile launchers to basically get 100% of his shield off. We're going to hit an assault kick into our laser launch to finish the enemy off. Like I said, the damage is fantastic with this build. The playstyle is really fun, just kind of backdashing, shooting your ranged missiles, and then playing really high aggro and applying high pressure and just watching everything explode. Here we have our PvP showcase. Now in PvP, what you want to do is you want to charge your coral missiles up first, and then kind of wait till they track the enemy, and then shoot them, and then try to just dash in on the enemy to apply your high pressure combo and hit the stagger, and then just watch all your missiles come in and basically one-shot the enemy. So here the guy's running missiles and napalm launchers, so he's just going to try to basically zone us. So since we have zone ourselves, we should basically be able to counteract his zone and just play high pressure for our stagger. Like I said, charge the missiles, wait till they track, shoot them, and then we just dash in. Assault boost kick, we miss it. We're going to laser launch charge, track to stun the enemy, hit him with a Zimmerman shot. He's already basically down to 20% health. We're going to charge our missiles back up. We do get staggered, but we're fine. We're going to wait till our missiles get full charged here. We're shooting them again. Going into a laser launch charge, and then our missiles should be able to take care of him. He does pop his terminal armor, but we're just going to assault armor to counter that, and then he's just basically dead after that. That's round 1 in the bag, and now we go into round 2. Since we know he's basically just going to try to hard zone, we're just going to basically do the same thing, but try to apply even higher pressure to let our missiles track more effectively. So we're going to charge our missiles up, wait till they track, shoot him, and then we're just going to basically go in. Once he's trying to backdash a bunch, we're just going to dash into him, try to laser launch charge to stagger him. We do hit a stagger into the combo, and he basically just got one shot right there. Like, literally, he's got one shot. Then we're just going to assault armor his shield off, kill him, and that is the PvP showcase down. Like I said, this build is fantastic at damage. It is very fun to play, and as you can see in PvP, we rip enemies when everything hits. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you do enjoy the build. I found this build to be very unique and off meta, even though we are running the Zimmerman. Like I said, it is the best in slot for just having our one gun to apply stagger. But I found the playstyle very unique with launching your coral missile launchers, then going in close range. You kind of have a in between of far and close, and I found it very fun to play with. Very different from some of the builds that I've made, and I think you guys enjoy it. Hope you do have a good rest of your day or night, depending on when you're viewing this video. And if you guys could like the video and subscribe to the channel, it lets me know you're enjoying this type of content to keep putting more content and builds out on Armored Core, and it helps with the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.